Greetings and welcome to our midweek update here at St. Peter and Paul on January 27th. It's a delight to be here with you. I hope everyone survived our snowpocalypse and that you're able to enjoy our winter beauty from inside. My prayers be with you in that regard. I wanted to kick off by mentioning a national event which is important to us as a Catholic family, and that is the annual March for Life in Washington, D.C. Typically, on a regular year, we would have bus loads of young people from the diocese and even from our own school joining us, as well as families who are interested in attending, interested in taking that trip out to Washington, D.C. to join the hundreds of thousands who typically demonstrate in a peaceful and prayerful manner for the sake of the witness to life, marking that anniversary of the Supreme Court decision of Roe versus Wade. The March for Life itself had occurred since that 1973 decision, kind of concluding with prayer on the front steps of the Supreme Court for the sake of the defense of the legal right of preborn life. And within, even though the march itself is not a entirely Catholic event, it kind of draws people from across the entire nation on all levels of belief. But it is a special occasion for us within the Catholic family. And one of the traditions that is connected to the march is to have a vigil mass the night before the march at the National Shrine of the Immaculate Conception. The National Shrine of the Immaculate Conception is every American Catholic's church. It is also the physically largest church within the United States of America. And just in the same way that St. Peter's Basilica in the Vatican is the home church of every Catholic in the globe, so too the National Shrine is the home church to every Catholic in the United States of America. Put under the patronage of Our Lady of the Immaculate Conception, she who is the national patroness of the United States of America, and also the patroness of the Diocese of Rockford. This Vigil for Life Mass typically packs the church with thousands and thousands of pilgrims who have come for the sake of the march, stacking the pews in very tightly and kind of tucking people into every kind of corner chapel and even within the lower church as well. And all the space that is available is filled with pilgrims who are there gathered in prayer for the sake of the March for Life. I would say it's one of the largest Catholic events that we have, especially that our youth participate in, that draws upon the understanding of the true Catholicity of our family of faith, knowing that our Catholic faith stretches beyond the address and property of our own local home parishes. So I bring up the Vigil for Life because at 7:30 p.m. this Thursday, so tomorrow, on the website for the National Shrine of the Immaculate Conception, they will be streaming their opening Mass for the Vigil for Life. So even though the thousands of people will not be in attendance at that Mass, and even though the hundreds of thousands will not be present in DC for the march, the event itself will be led, as so many things have been, according to custom, but encouraged through virtual participation. And so I invite you to take a peek at that Mass. There's actually a PDF Mass booklet, Mass program that's been developed as well. That's very robust and kind of walks you through all of the clergy who will be there and the different participants within the Mass itself. Also, the March for Life, they, on their website, are providing a virtual option as well. And so to visit their website, you can just type in March for Life 2021, and it'll bring you up to their page, search under their virtual events, and then they begin live streaming some of their opening speakers and then their process. I'm not exactly sure how they're going to do it, if they're going to put a GoPro on the front person's hat or something and kind of walk you down Constitution Avenue. But that live streaming is available as well, beginning at 11 a.m. on Friday. Very good. Moving along, our Awaken Virtual Winter Retreat series is underway. And I want to thank all of those who are kind of utilizing that material. Obviously, not everyone's obligated to use it, but it's being offered to the parish for the sake of spiritual nourishment during a time when we're not able to offer our kind of regular ministry opportunities while gathering in person. So this Monday, we released Saying No to Sin with Father Irvin Caliente. He is the pastor at St. Rita in Rockford. So that's available on our YouTube channel for viewing currently, and will be for the foreseeable future. And then next Monday at 7 p.m., we will release session 6, which is Saying Yes to Jesus. This is a two-part presentation presented by Father Twenty. We know Father Twenty to be the priest chaplain up at Marian Central Catholic High School. He also teaches several classes there at Marian, and is a delight with our high school students. Father Twenty is also a son of our parish here at Saints Peter and Paul. So he grew up here in Cary, and his vocation developed in connection to our family faith. And so we pray in a special way for all of our parishioners who have entered the religious or the clerical life. So a little pitch there for the Awaken Winter Virtual Retreat Series. This is obviously available on our YouTube channel as normal. If you are wanting to commit yourself to seeing all the sessions, you can email us and we can put you on the mailing list to kind of let you know when those videos are available. Send it straight to your email box so that it's a little easier for you to keep that close in your kind of weekly regimen. All right, next we have some upcoming liturgical activity. We have the Presentation of the Lord coming up on February 2nd. This is a big feast day. It's a feast day that celebrates the light of Christ being revealed in a particular sense to the world, because he's being presented in the temple, and the ceremonial tradition would kind of mirror that of baptism. Within our sacrament of baptism, our newborn infants are brought into the church and are claimed for Christ by the sign of the cross, are cleansed from original sin, and are formally adopted into the divine life, becoming formally children of God himself. And so this Presentation of the Lord is a highlighted event, and is actually one, it doesn't have the kind of the notoriety or popularity of, let's say, a Christmas or an Easter, but within the liturgical calendar, it is as robust of a celebration as Christmas would be in its kind of in its great significance within the life of Christ himself. Continuing on February 3rd, we have the Feast of Saint Blaise. We know Saint Blaise to be the bishop and martyr associated with the throat blessing that uses the candles to bless the individual parishioner when they're receiving the blessing. So on the day of February 3rd, that throat blessing will be available at the end of Mass. But also, we like to make that blessing available on a Sunday close to the feast. So we'll actually be offering the Sunday Saint Blaise throat blessing this upcoming weekend at the Saturday and Sunday Masses. So if you are in attendance, then please know that that will be available to you. Next, on February 7th, we have our Scout Sunday. So those scouts who have received the religious awards, who have earned the religious awards, will be recognized in the parish. They'll be in uniform, I am certain. And we're just going to acknowledge each of the scouts and what each of the awards are. And that'll occur at the 9:30 a.m. live streamed Mass on the 7th. The 7th is also the World Day for Consecrated Life. Every once in a while, we designate Sundays for particular prayer intentions to strengthen the life of the church. And to honor consecrated life is to recognize all of those men and women who have given themselves in a particular way to being consecrated for the Lord in their lifelong commitment to religious life. A beautiful opportunity to recognize those who have been consecrated for the work and the love of the Lord to be known more deeply in the world, but also the prayers of those who have been consecrated serve as the interior strength of the life of the church. A very beautiful and necessary gift that are offered us by the life of prayer within our Catholic family. Very good. Next, we have Catholic Schools Week coming up. From January 31st to February 6th, we recognize our Catholic schools. We engage our students and essentially are kind of celebrating the gift of our Catholic school culture. Each day of the week, we have a different theme wherein we kind of honor and recognize through acts of generosity and points of attention, the great things that we celebrate within our Catholic school culture. Typically, we have kind of bigger events, kind of more of a social dimension, but because of our distancing, we've kind of altered some of the gathering aspects of it and kind of turned that into projects. So we have service projects connected to each of the days of the week of Catholic Schools Week, including a food drive, thank you cards, and appreciation letters to various members of the community, and also to, send some correspondence to our residents at Three Oaks as well, remembering those who are maybe a little more distant from their family than normal on account of our current circumstances. So it's a very exciting time for us in our Catholic school. And so say an extra prayer for everything that goes on within our school, and give thanks to God for the successful year that we have had through kind of the trying limitations that we've had to face, understandably. So a great point of celebration for our Catholic school. And those are all of my points that I wanted to cover today. We have a few additional pieces of video correspondence coming out, an update on our diocesan stewardship. I'll just be sending that message on its own, apart from a cluster of messages like this update. And also our parish pro-life message is on the way as well. So stay tuned. Thank you for your prayers. I hope everyone's staying warm and safe and healthy, and we will be seeing you soon online or in person. Have a blessed day.